The cold Tyneside air sweeps through the streets of Newcastle as anticipation takes hold of every corner. In pubs, cafes, and even casual chats between neighbors, there's a sense of suspense, almost as if the whole city knows something big is about to happen. Supporters feel the club's future could change dramatically at any moment, and even without confirmed details, the tension grows by the hour. This isn't just another market rumor. This time, what happens behind the scenes at St. James Park could redefine the course of the season before revealing all the details. One thing is certain: Newcastle is living through decisive days. Amid uncertainties, players in contention, and intense negotiations, it feels as if every meeting, every phone call, and every public statement carries historical weight. The board, driven by Eddie Howe's pressure and the transfer team, is seeking urgent solutions to keep the squad competitive and prevent the fans' flame from fading. If you're a Magpies fan following every step of the club, take this moment to subscribe to the channel. Here, you'll always receive the hottest, exclusive updates from behind the scenes. While the football world focuses on the Premier League's major clashes, in Newcastle attention isn't solely on the pitch. There's a parallel drama unfolding involving key protagonists, names that could alter the team's destiny within weeks. Fans have noticed that, despite his determination, Anthony Gordon cannot shoulder the role of a classic striker alone. The absence of a natural finisher leaves the team vulnerable, pressing the club to act swiftly. This dilemma has sparked conversations, speculation, and even bets on who will next wear the number 9 shirt. Amid all this emerges Jan Wissa, Brentford's forward, who seemed like the closest solution. With goals and strong performances last season, his name became one of the most talked about among fans. However, negotiations haven't been easy, and Brentford has been playing hardball. Newcastle has already submitted rejected bids, and the player, eager for a move, watches from afar as his future is discussed in seemingly endless meetings. Yet, surprisingly, Wissa is not the centerpiece of the revelation about to be unveiled. The big news, confirmed by Spanish media sources, is that Newcastle has firmly entered the race for Atletico Madrid striker Alexander Sorloth, valued at around £30 million. The Norwegian emerges as an even more complete alternative than Wissa at 29. Sorloth is in prolific form in La Liga, having delivered impressive seasons with over 20 consecutive goals. His 193-meter stature combined with agility and presence in the box has caught Eddie Howe's eye, who sees him as a player capable of replacing and, perhaps even surpassing the gap left by Alexander Isak. This revelation excites the fans, as it's not just another ordinary signing. We're talking about a striker praised by Diego Simeone himself as phenomenal in the box. Someone who has reinvented himself after frustrating spells in the Premier League and now returns to the English radar as a genuine threat to defenders. For those watching, don't miss any updates. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way you'll always be one step ahead, receiving the first-hand information that truly matters. Sorloth is no longer the shy player who went unnoticed at Crystal Palace. He has transformed into a lethal striker, the kind who capitalizes on every opportunity. His journey through Trabzonspor and then clubs like RB Leipzig and Villarreal was marked by steady growth until he established himself at Atletico Madrid. Last season was a landmark, 24 goals in 53 games, many decisive, even without being an absolute starter. This demonstrates not just technical quality, but also a winning mentality, something Eddie Howe greatly values in his squad. The comparison with Wissa is inevitable. Brentford's player had good numbers, especially alongside Brian Bumo, but when analyzing overall impact, Sorloth presents a more complete package. He not only finishes but actively contributes to offensive build-up, opens spaces, wins aerial duels, and even helps defensively. This versatility is exactly what Newcastle needs at this moment of transition and uncertainty. It's worth remembering that Callum Wilson has already left for West Ham, and Isak's strike leaves a heavy shadow of uncertainty. For supporters, the prospect of seeing Sorloth donning black and white rekindles hope for a more imposing attack. Imagine the Norwegian playing alongside Gordon and Bruno Guimaraes, receiving precise passes and finishing with his trademark power. If realized, this scenario could completely change the course of the season. And if you also believe Newcastle deserves this turnaround, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription helps us continue delivering exclusive updates to the Magpie community. According to Spain's Marca, Sorloth is determined to leave Atletico in this window. The player seeks more prominence and believes the Premier League could be the perfect stage to consolidate his peak form. Tottenham and Napoli are also interested, making the race even tighter. But Newcastle, with its financial structure and ambitious sporting project, appears as an attractive destination. Now it remains to be seen if Howe and his team can act quickly enough to beat the competition. The transfer window waits for no one, and each lost day could be crucial. The club has already shown interest, offering £40 million for Wissa, but the opportunity to bring Sorloth for £30 million seems like a bargain. Beyond the lower fee, the striker's recent record is undeniably superior. There's always risk, of course, as with any signing, but all signs point to a sure bet. For Newcastle, This could be the kind of move that separates mid-table contenders from clubs dreaming of the Champions League. At this point, fans are divided. Insist on Wissa, who already knows the Premier League and could adapt faster, or back Sorloth, a striker at his peak, hungry for prominence and with impressive stats. This dilemma fuels the discussions dominating Newcastle. Every supporter has their opinion, every pub echoes a different debate, and in the end, all share the same anxiety, to see a reliable attack bringing confidence and hope. Meanwhile, Eddie Howe remains under pressure to find a solution. Isak's absence from training is a problem that cannot be ignored, and Wilson's departure has weakened the squad. Howe knows every decision will have not only technical but also emotional impact. The arrival of a heavyweight name like Sorloth could revitalize not just the squad but also the fans' confidence. For this reason, every detail of this negotiation gains significance and becomes a talking point both on and off the pitch. Ultimately, what's at stake goes beyond signing a striker. It's about keeping Newcastle competitive in an increasingly demanding Premier League. It's about proving that the project initiated with the new investors hasn't lost momentum and that the club is ready to face the giants on equal terms. Sorloth could be the missing piece of this puzzle, someone capable of turning doubts into certainty. But to achieve this, quick action is needed before Tottenham or Napoli steal the spotlight. Supporters, if you've made it this far, it's because you love following every detail of Newcastle's journey. So take this moment to subscribe to the channel. Your participation is essential for us to continue delivering exclusive news, always with careful verification and a clear presentation of St. James Park's behind-the-scenes action. The source of this news marker confirms that Sorloth is genuinely available and that his departure from Atletico is a real possibility. Now, it's a matter of awaiting the next chapters of this drama. And so, Newcastle once again finds itself at the center of the transfer market, experiencing days that could define the entire season. If the board manages to secure Sorloth, the team gains not only a goal scorer but also a statement of ambition to the football world. Otherwise, the risk of relying on improvisation could prove costly in the coming months. One thing is certain, the fans will once again be present at every step, watching, supporting and demanding as they always have.